Jesus. Thank you for this day. Thank you that we are healthy and alive. In the midst of this crisis, we have all the reason to worship you. For you alone are God, who was and is to come, our refuge and strength. You are faithful to those who believe in you. Thank you, Jesus, for your love for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Morning! It's our second Sunday under quarantine, and we may not be together physically, but we are united in our faith.
Amen.
And during this battle against coronavirus, we Christians also have a weapon of prayer. Prayer to our God who is powerful, prayer to a God who is in control, and prayer to a God who will fight for us. Let's worship the Lord.
He has overcome, yes, he has overcome. We will not
Hello, a blessed day to everyone. Kumusta na po kayo mga NCCians? Wow. Miss you like crazy. Miss you like crazy. Miss na miss ko na po talaga kayo. Dalawang Sundays na tayo po hindi nagkikita-kita. At foremost in the minds of many people, and that will include ourselves, ay yung tanong na how long? How long? At wala ho tayong definite answer kung hanggang kailan po talaga magtatagal ito. Kaya nga ho yung iba, they're becoming creative para not to fight off boredom. Kung ano-ano po yung mga pinaggagawa nila, like yung post ni Rene Mandukdok na nabilang niya yung butas ng Skyflex, yun daw, 56. Kanina po I tried to break the monotony of the routine every day. Lumabas po ako ng bahay at I did 10 rounds back and forth na lakad lang po, parang brisk walking dun po sa street po namin. And I'll try to do it again tomorrow. At para lang po, yun nga po, we're getting bored, impatient, at yun nga po, naghahanap po talaga tayo ng kasagutan doon po sa tanong na how long? Diba? May awit po niyan. I think it was Ambrosia. How long has this been going on? Diba? Meron pong ganung kanta. So, have we lost count? At hanggang April 14 pa, yung sinasabing lockdown, and then we're not really sure kung talagang i-lift up na po yung lockdown, saka yung emergency community quarantine. Pero the way things are happening, kahit po dito sa atin, parang may possibility pa na extend, at ang isang sabihin natin culprit na nagko-contribute doon po sa tila worsening of the condition in terms of the yung health crisis natin, ay yung pong katigasan din ng ulo ng mga tao na hindi sumusunod doon po sa ordinances ng ating pong barangay, ng ating government. Kaya we ask, how long? Hanggang kailan po ito magtatagal? Kaya I have prepared a message for you para po sa ating Sunday word at para rin po sa ating reflection. How long, O God? From lament to merriment. I repeat, how long, O God? So ito, yung ating inquiry, ina-address na po natin sa Diyos. Kung wala tayong makuhang tiyak na kasagutan sa tao, hindi sa Diyos natin magtanong, how long, O God? And then, ang subtitle po natin ay From Lament to Merriment. Ang preaching text ko po ay nasa Psalm 74 at muli po nais kong lahat po ng mga nanonood at nakikinig have their Bibles open sa Psalm 74. Sige po, hihintayin ko po kayo para sabay-sabay po nating tunghayan itong passage na ito, itong scripture. We will be actually reading the entire psalm. Okay, so kung ready na po kayo, you follow me as I read my own my version. O God, why have you rejected us forever? Why does your anger smoke against the sheep of your pasture? Remember your congregation, which you have purchased of old, which you have redeemed to be the tribe of your inheritance. And this Mount Zion, where you have dwelt. Turn your footsteps toward the perpetual ruins. The enemy has damaged everything within the sanctuary. Your adversaries have roared in the midst of your meeting place. They have set up their own standards for signs. It seems as if one had lifted up his axe in a forest of trees, and now all its carved work they smash with hatchet and hammers. They have burned your sanctuary to the ground. They have defiled the dwelling place of your name. They said in their heart, let us completely subdue them. They have burned all the meeting places of God in the land. We do not see our signs. There is no longer any prophet, nor is there any among us who knows how long, O God, will the adversary revile, and the enemy spurn your name forever? Why do you withdraw your hand, even your right hand? From within your bosom, destroy them. Yet God, my King from of old, who works deeds of deliverance in the midst of the earth, you divided the sea by your strength. You broke the heads of the sea monsters in the waters. You crushed the heads of Leviathan. You gave him as food for the creatures of the wilderness. You broke open springs and torrents. You dried up ever-flowing streams. Yours is the day, yours also is the night. You have prepared the light and the sun. You have established all the boundaries of the earth. You have made summer and winter. Remember this, O Lord, that the enemy has reviled, and a foolish people has spurned your name. Do not deliver the soul of your turtle dove to the wild beast. Do not forget the life of your afflicted forever. Consider the covenant, for the dark places of the land are full of the habitation of violence. Let not the oppressed return dishonored. Let the afflicted and needy praise your name. Arise, O God, and plead your own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproaches you all day long. Do not forget the voice of your adversaries, the uproar of those who against you, which ascends continually. We declare your glory, O Lord. Speak to us through your word. Meron pong isang old western movie. Ang starring po doon ay si Clint Eastwood. It's an old movie. Clint Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef, at si Eli Wallach. At ang title po ng movie, The Good, The Bad, and the Ugly. Okay? Ang good po ron ay si Clint Eastwood. Ang bad ay si Lee Van Cleef. At ang ugly ay si Eli Wallach. Sila po yung mga bounty hunters in search of a gold, a hidden treasure. Okay? And actually, I forgot already the plot of the movie, but it's good. Western movie. It's worth watching, really. Pero, hihiramin lang po natin. Let me just borrow the title and try to fit it in dito sa message na I have prepared for you. So, title ay The Good, The Bad, and the Ugly. So, ito po ang gusto kong itanong sa inyo ngayon. What are the good, the bad, and the ugly brought about to our lives by the threat of COVID-19? What are the good, the bad, and the ugly brought about to our lives by the threat of COVID-19? So ganito po ang gawin natin. Gawa po tayo ng tatlong columns. Dalawang straight line. So that will make 3 columns. At sa first column, ilagay niyo po yung heading, The Good. Tapos sa second column, The Bad. Then third column, The Ugly. So, yung pong mga, hindi lang po yung mga events, isama na rin po natin the people themselves na umaharap dito sa health crisis na ito. So, let's try to identify who are the good, who are the bad, and who are the ugly. Or, what are the good, what are the bad, and what are the ugly. Okay? So, I'll give you time to come up with your list. Okay? Kahit mentally, o kung meron po kayong papel at panulat na nandyan po sa harapan niyo, try to make a list. Sino ang mga good, sino ang mga bad, sino ang ugly in the face of this threat, ito pong COVID-19 threat. Okay? I have my own list, but it's not really that long. In fact, ang ginawa ko lang po, for each category, isa lang pong example ang ibibigay ko po sa inyo. You can add to the list, of course. We have so many things that we can add up, to our list. So let's start with the good. Okay, let's start with the good. Ito po, good. Kilala niyo yan. Yan si Brother Lito. One morning, he volunteered to prepare for the breakfast of the family. At alam niyo, na amaze po yung kanyang mga anak. Para daw silang nasa hotel kasi yung food na na-prepare po ni Brother Lito ay pagkain daw sa hotel, yung breakfast. French toast, sunny side up, may hotdog pa, tuwang-tuwa ang mga anak ni Lito, and of course si Sister Peng. So, this is one of the good things na hinatid po nitong COVID-19 threat, yung stay at home na regulation na yung mga tatay ay nagkaroon talaga ng quality time that they can spend with their family at maipakita nila na how they care for their family, na sila mismo ang gumagawa ng mga household chores na hindi po nila nagagawa. And of course, that could include myself. Before COVID-19. So, may mga napalitan ako, mga kasama natin sa Diyos, mga lalaki, sila po yung mga namamaling, sila po yung mga nag-grocery, na usually, they are done by the wives. Pero dahil dito sa COVID-19, talagang nagkaroon ng family togetherness. Yun po yung call it blessing in disguise. Yung family, ang hirap mabuo during normal times. Ito, kompleto. Almost 24 hours magkakasama. Doing things together, hindi lang eating together, watching movie together, at of course praying together, worshiping the Lord together, having Bible study together. Yung pong mga hindi natin nagagawa as family, all of a sudden, they have become realities, and it has become a daily fixture sa ating pong routine. So this is the good. And the bad naman po, ito po, believe it or not, sabi rito, a medical doctor po ito, from Quezon City was arrested for allegedly selling overpriced thermal scanners that were donated to his organization. Isipin niyo po yun, they are not really for sale. They're supposed to be distributed for free. Pero itong doctor nito na very enterprising, hindi po siya enterprising. Ang tawag po sa kanya, profiteering. A profiteering doctor. Can you imagine that? In times of a global crisis, hindi lang po ito local crisis, global crisis, man is still capable to do such wicked acts. Diba parang pag may crisis, parang nabe-behave ka, you will suddenly think of being good and doing good, pero ito, nag-take advantage, at of course, gang po sila, at karamihan sa kanila, mga negosyante na they're taking advantage of this crisis, na they jack up the prices of the goods they sell, at the expense of itong mga kababayan natin. So ito yung bad. At again, hindi lang po yan isa, marami po tayo siguro pwedeng idagdag pa ng mga samples ng mga bad, the bad. Isama natin po dyan yung walang ginawa kundi punahin ng gobyerno, yung mga harsh critics of the government, yung mga naghihintay na magkamali ang gobyerno so they can write something against them or mention anything na sa halip na makatulong, it worsens the situation. At ang mahirap pa sa ating mga Pilipino, we're so good at criticizing the faults, pero napakaramot natin, we're not that generous when giving praise to sa mga taong gumagawa naman ng mabuti. So, yung political bickering, we can add that to the bad. So marami po yan. In the face of this COVID-19 threat, meron pa rin ba? May good, may bad. Yung po namang the ugly. Alam niyo po kung ano yung the ugly? Have you become familiar with this image? Yan po yung virus. Diba? Ugly. Alam niyo, when I was doing this slide, ang una kong inisip na ilagay dito, yung image nung Grim Reaper. Ilan yung si Grim Reaper? Yung black coat, kulay itim, nakatalokbong, tapos may hawak na karet. Yung personification ng death. So, tawag nila sa English, Grim Reaper. But I decided to change it. It's so green. No? Kaya, eto. Talaga namang ugly po ito ngayon. No, actually, pwede ko natin sabihin, itong coronavirus is a tool, an instrument of the Grim Reaper. Ito po ang ginagamit ngayon, no, ng kamatayan. No, itong coronavirus na it is affecting people from all walks of life. No? Senator ka man, o janitor, no? Doktor, o walang pinipili rin. No? So this is the ugly part that we don't want to behold, we don't want to see. No? We don't want to sleep over it dahil mapanaginitan natin karoon tayo ng nightmares, or we can't even sleep at all, you know, at the thought of or at the sight of this ugly, you know, coronavirus. You know, I'm sure you have seen a lot of images, mga photos. You know, the latest I've seen ay kung mga nangyari sa Italy, na kung saan yung mga pasyente nasa labas na ng hospital, yung mga mothers, may mga infants, no? Wala na po sila sa loob ng hospital dahil napuno na yung mga wards ng mga COVID-19 patients. And of course, yung mga sight of coffins, no? Ugly. Really ugly. Alam niyo ba na ang psalmist, the one who composed this Psalm 74, has his own version of the good, the bad, and the ugly, pero in reverse order. Tingnan po natin. Simulan po natin doon sa the ugly. Ano po bang meron dito sa text po natin? So we can have an idea. Sabi sa verse 3, the enemy has damaged everything within the sanctuary. Ano pong meron dito? Invasion. Okay? Assyrian, Babylonian, yung pong mga enemies ng Israel. No? They made a siege of Israel. Na kung saan, kasama sa mga destructions na brought about by this invasion, ay yung pong kanilang temple, yung temple po ng Israel. Ito po yung binabanggit na sanctuary. At kapag mayroong invasion, Israel loses a lot. Ano po ang nawawala? What are the losses whenever Israel is besieged by its enemies or by her enemies? Ito po yung ugly. Loss of freedom, loss of sovereignty, loss of identity as a nation. Okay? Bakit? Kasi sila po'y hindi lang ika-captivate, kundi they will be brought to exile. Kukunin po sila, dadalhin po sila. Kung Assyria po yung nag-invade sa mga, dadalhin sila sa Assyria. Gawin po silang slaves. That's what the Babylonians also did. Okay? Yung mga Medo-Persians at yung last empire na nag-subjugate po sa kanila, the Roman Empire, they did the same thing. Na ang lagi nangyari, after the invasion, Israel will be in ruins. At kasama sa mga ruins, yung kanilang sanctuary, yung temple. And you know what the temple is to Israel's life as a nation. No? Yung temple, hindi lang po sa kanila symbol yun, kundi literally for them, that's the dwelling place of God. So kung walang sanctuary, nasaan ang Diyos? No, nasaan ang Diyos? See? So this is the ugly part. Of course, lives, the loss of lives, no? The loss of your loved ones, death. There's the Green Reaper for you. Kung sa panahon na ito, ang instrument ng Green Reaper ay yung coronavirus. Sa panahon nila, ang instrument for Israel's destruction, for Israel's devastation, and sa death ng mga Jews, okay, ay yung invasion of the enemy. Okay? So, this is the ugly. The enemy has damaged everything within the sanctuary. No? Your adversaries have roared in the midst of your meeting place. They have set up their own standards for signs. So, pagbalik nila to Israel after the exile ends, no? Pagbalik sila sa Israel, ang sasalubong sa kanila, ruins. Walang dwelling place ang Diyos. You know, we should be thankful today na hindi tayo nakakapag-meet doon sa ating sanctuary, yung physical sanctuary, but we can still meet sa sanctuary ng ating bahay. No? Pero mayroon pa rin sentimental effect sa atin yan na hindi natin nagagamit yung ating sanctuary. Doon po sa Petronia. And we're missing a lot, kahit pa paano. Yung fellowship with the brethren, yung worshiping together in one place, nakakamiss din po yun. Hindi ba? We won't really consider that as ugly kasi meron po naman tayong alternative. Pero sa Israel, that's ugly for them. Na yung kanilang sanctuary, the dwelling place of God itself, has been damaged, in ruins. That's really ugly. You don't want to be a Jew during that time. Okay? Really ugly. Kung paano sa panahon natin, it really grieves us, makakita ko tayo deaths, makabasa tayo deaths of people we know at meron po akong kabats Lasal when I was in high school, yung batch namin, batch 74, si Dr. Greg Makasay, batchmate ko po siya. So, at yung kanyang wife ay na-contaminate din pero ma-survive po. Pero it's undeniable. It's ugly. But what is uglier than this? Yung simbahan ninyo, yung temple, yung sanctuary in ruins because of what the enemy has done. Ano naman po yung dapat for Israel? Ito po yung bad. Verse 9, anong sabi? We do not see our signs. Anong signs? Signs of deliverance, signs of salvation, signs of rescue. Huh? We do not see our signs. Kung baga, merong emergency case, merong kang dadaling pasyente, ang hinihintay mong marinig yung wang-wang ng ambulansya. Huh? Wala kang makita, wala kang marinig. Pero this is worse, na yung Israel, while in exile, wala silang makitang signs. Walang signs of hope, signs of comfort, signs of assurance. Worse, there is no longer any prophet. Wala nang prophet. Nor is there any among us who knows how long. May isang commentary na nagsasabi na nangyari itong Psalm 74 at the time of Malakay, or after Malakay, na si Malakay happens to be the last prophet to appear before Israel, and after him, wala na. So yung mga prophets, they're gone. At alam niyo naman ang prophet, ang office ng prophet, ang prophet is an icon of hope, an icon of deliverance, an icon of salvation, an icon of shalom, an icon of the very presence of God. Spokesman sila ng Diyos. Kaya the worst thing that can happen is you're in exile, you're longing for deliverance, but you do not see any sign. At walang prophet. Ibig sabihin, no one is speaking in behalf of God. No one is proclaiming hope and deliverance. At walang good news kasi walang prophet. At walang makasagot. Walang makasagot doon sa tanong, how long? Nor is there any among us who knows how long. Hanggang kailan matatapos ang exile? Kailan tayo makapabalik sa Israel? Hanggang kailan tayo magiging slaves nitong ating mga enemies? How long? Hindi lang yun. How long they will reproach us? How long they will revile us? How long they will spurn us? At hindi lang po sila. Hindi lang po sila as a nation. Yahweh Himself is being reproached, being spurned, being reviled by the enemies. Alam niyo, during that time, when two countries go to war, hindi lang to war between nations, hindi lang to war between peoples, kundi war between their respective gods. Kaya pag nanalo ang isang country, they will attribute their victory to their gods. Okay? So ang Israel, whenever it tastes defeat, it's also a defeat of God. As far as their enemies are concerned, yung Diyos ng Israel is inferior to the God of whoever puts them to subjection, whoever invades them. So, 1 plus 1 equals mas makapangyarihan ng Diyos nila. Kaya dito, paulit-ulit, sinasabi ng psalmist, what the enemies were actually doing, not only against Israel, kundi against God Himself. God Himself. How long, O God, will the adversary revile and the enemy spurn your name forever? Kinukutya, nililibak. Let me read that sa Tagalog version natin. Sabi rito, O Diyos, hanggang kailan manlilibak ang kaaway? Lalapastanganin ba ng kaaway ang iyong pangalan? Magpakailanman. So that is what at stake. Whenever Israel loses to the enemies, you know what is at stake? The integrity of God Himself. No? The integrity of God Himself. But what compounds the problem is they do not see any signs, walang prophet, at walang makasagot sa tanong, how long? How long? Sa panahon natin ngayon, marami po nagtatangka sagutin. Matatapos na rin daw agad ito. Okay. May iba naman, nagsasabi, natatagalan pa. Okay. At among pastors, nagsasabi na baka ito na raw yung simula ng 7-year tribulation. So, malapit na raw pagbabalik ni Jesus. Ano? So, ang daming mga theories, speculations, presumptions, Pero at the end of the day, we still ask, how long? How long? Sige yung bad. So right now, parang ganun tayo ngayon. Nasa bad times po tayo kasi we don't have an answer. I don't have an answer dun sa tanong, how long? Pero we can still do something, good in these bad times. So ano po yung magagawa natin in these bad times? Listen to this. Like the psalmist, we can turn to God. Turn to God. Sa Diyos po tayo bumalik. Sa Diyos po tayo magtanong. Sa Kanya po tayo lumapit. At siya mismo ang hanapan natin ng sagot. Yun po yung ginawa ng psalmist. Anong sabi niya? Verse 10. How long, O God? How long, O God? In these bad times, we can turn to God and ask Him, how long, O God? Yung pong how long, O God, ito po yung isang introductory phrase. I'm sure hindi po ito yung first time na you came across with this phrase. Familiar po ito, repeated phrase po ito. Meron tayong mga Bible apps, So what you can do sa search engine po, i-type nyo how long, O God. How long? Yun lang, how long? So using your Bible app, Old Testament, yung range search. Then, marami pa yung makikita mga passages. So pag tuwing makakabasa kayo nitong how long, O God, it is actually an introductory phrase expressing a prayer of lament, panaghoy, pagtangis, isang uri ng panalangin. It's a prayer of lament. Actually, yung kung Psalm 74, the entirety of Psalm 74, in terms of its specific type or genre, some is poetry, pero ang sub-genre po niya, it is a lament psalm. So what type of psalm is Psalm 74? It is a lament psalm. Awit na may panaghoy. In fact, there is one book in particular, part of the Old Testament, di ba? Lamentations. Book of Lamentations, aklat ng mga panaghoy. Pag binasa niya, puro panaghoy ang makikita niyo. No? Kasama sa panaghoy, at hindi lang yung pag-iyak, hindi yung pagre-reklamo. Pagre-reklamo. Common occasions for lament psalms are slander by personal enemies. Mababasa po natin yan sa Psalm 74. Yung mocking, yung reviling na yung paglilibak sa pangalan ng Diyos. Warfare, disease, drought, or the burden of sin and guilt. So kapag yung circumstances ng Israel are characterized by these occasions, expect someone to compose a lament, a song of lament. And here's an example. Psalm 7. Marami po yan kasama sa Psalms, mga lament songs or lament psalms. Sabi nga ng aking naging professor sa seminary, yung ating mga preaching na naririnig, bakit daw puro triumphant ang theme? Triumphant. Hindi pa raw siya nakarinig ng preaching na ang content ay lament. Samantalang ang Bible ay meron po of lamentations. Kasi nga, kung mamimili po tayo between being triumphant and then in lament, gusto natin tayo sa triumphant, victorious. Ayaw natin na maka-experience ng defeat. Dahil pag defeat, may lament. Pero pag may victory, may merriment. Diba? Can I say that again? So when there is defeat, there is lament. But when there is victory, there is merriment. Pero itong Psalm 74 is a lament. Lament as an expression of honest, open, and transparent prayer is a cry of anguish. A cry of anguish. Ano po sabi sa verse 1? O God, why have you rejected us forever? Ang lament is a prayer offered in pain. A prayer offered in pain. Yung poet, yung singer, yung composer is in pain, grieving, mourning, wailing, tumatangis po siya. And what is more painful than the feeling of being rejected by God? Ito po yung damdamin niya na, itong nangyari sa atin, this is God's expressing His rejection. Na-reject na tayo ni Lord, ayaw niya sa atin. Oh God, why have you rejected us forever? So, it's a cry of anguish. Kapag ikaw ay naglalamit o nananagboy, tumatangis ka, it is accompanied by tears. Hindi tears of joy, tears of sorrow, tears of grieving, tears of mourning. You mourn because you feel that God has already abandoned you, God has already rejected you as a nation. As a nation. Pag sila na-reject na ng Diyos, they lose totally their identity as God's people, as God's chosen people. Who will not lament if that happens? Diba? Minsan tayo, nag-iisip tayo na baka itong nangyari nito judgment na talaga sa atin. Kasama na rito yung church. Kasi kahit church people, even pastors, ay infected. Diba? Meron isang church sa America, I don't know kung hindi sila nag-observe ng social distancing, they still conduct their Sunday services. Ang nangyari, yung pastor got infected, tapos yung wife niya, and then at least 20 members of the church are now being treated. So who will not lament because of that? So is it, Lord, have you abandoned us? Have you forsaken us? Have you rejected us? Verse 8, they have burned all the meeting places of God in the land. Painful yun. No? Yung church mo, yung dwelling place of God, yung pinagtitipunan nyo, no? Your place of assembly, burned, sinulog, razed to the ground. Okay. And then, verses 10 to 11a, how long, O God, will the adversary revile and the enemy spurn your name forever? Ito pa, why do you withdraw your hand, even your right hand? Right hand, symbol of what? Authority, symbol of power, symbol of God's omnipotence. Pero ano sabi ng psalmist? We withdraw. Parang sa boxing, God pulled his punches. No? Sabi na, sumuntok. He withdrew his hand. Ibig sabihin, bakit hindi mo sila hinahatulan, Lord? Why are not you judging our enemies? Have you heard of the conspiracy theory? Rumors na itong virus na ito is man-made, responsible daw dito, China, of course. China naman, pinagbibintangan ng US. So ito is some form of biological warfare na ang pinaka-end daw nito is world domination. True or not? Kung meron mang culprit, kung meron mang people behind this or a nation behind this, ganun pa rin. Kung totoo, pagpe-pray pa rin natin. Lord, diba? Judge them, Lord. Judge them. Pero, asan ang judgment? Parang wala. In fact, bakit naging pandemic pa? So, we may ask the same question, why do you withdraw your hand? Even your right hand. Why pull punches? Why withhold judgment? Why not judge them? So it's a cry of anguish. Diba? Lament is a cry of anguish. But lament is also a call for divine help. Isang pagtawag sa pagsaklolo ng Diyos. Muna po ay isang pag-iyak. Pag-iyak ng paghihinagpis. Ito naman po, isang panawagan, pagtawag na, Lord, saklolohan mo kami. How long, O God? No? How long, O God? Hindi po in-address yung question doon sa barangay captain o doon sa mayor, ano, kay doon sa ating presidente o sa WHO, kay Dr. Duque. Hindi. How long, O God, you address this to God? The right person to address this person. Why? Kasi alam naman po natin, siya lang po talaga ang makakatulong. Kaya ang lament ay isang call for divine help. How long, O God? Verse 11b, from within your bosom destroy them. This is an imprecatory prayer. You know? From within your bosom, destroy them. Help us. Intervene. You meddle in the affairs of our nation, in the affairs of the whole world. Do not forget the life of your afflicted forever. Anong palitan na? Infected. Alam niyo po, I'm 63. So, senior citizen na po ako. Ang mga senior citizen na yun ay hinuhuli o pinagbabawalan na po talaga silang lumabas ng bahay. No? So, minsan, meron kang fear, no? Na dahil kami raw ay prone to be infected, kaya stay at home ka lang, di ba? Kaya, minsan lumalabas po ako. Lumabas po ako ng bahay. Lord, spare me. Lord, spare me. Lord, protect me. Hindi lang ako, lahat po ng mga senior citizens ng NCC. Spare us. This is part of our lament. Lord, we're old. We're old. We're susceptible. So, do not forget the life of your afflicted forever. Ito. Arise, O God, and plead for your own cause. Arise, O God, and plead for your own cause. Ano po ang cause? Ano po ang cause dito tinuturo? Ito yung what is really at stake here. Nabanggit ko na po kanina, what is at stake here is the integrity of God. This is His cause. This is His cause. And this will be the very reason why God will have to rise, because at stake is His throne. At stake is His kingship. Yung crown po niya. Ano? God has His own crown. Yung virus, may corona. Pero, arise, O God, and plead. Defend, in other version, defend your crown. Defend your throne. Lord, prove yourself to be sovereign, to be omnipotent. Arise. So it's a call for divine help. Help us, Lord. You are King. You don't have any plan to vacate your throne, right? So arise. You're King. You're the King. You're King of all kings. So plead your own cause. See? Kung may isang dahilan po bakit ang Diyos, He will come to our rescue, not just because of us, just because we are His people, we are His creation. He has His own cause to plead for. Yung kanyang pong kingship. Hindi po niya yun i-give up. Kaya ang gagawin niya, He will rise to help. He will rise to deliver us. He will rise to rescue us. And finally, lament is a confession of faith. Lament is a confession of faith. Ano po ang sabi ng psalmist? Yet God is my King from of old, who works deeds of deliverance in the midst of the earth. Isipin niyo, pansinin po ninyo, from verse 1 to verse 11, very negative sounding ang psalmist. Negative po siya, parang desperate, hopeless, negative. Okay? Kaya nagtatanong nga siya, how long? Lord, ang bagal mo, ang tagal mo. How long will you rescue us, Lord? Parang the enemies having their feast, the enemies rejoicing over us, Lord. How long? Pagdating ng verse 12, cambio. Ang tawag ko po rito ay hinge. Yung hinge, door hinge, yung bisagra, na yung pinto magsiswing. Okay? So, from negative to positive. From negative to positive. Ito yung positive. Yet, God is my King from of old, who works deeds of deliverance in the midst of the earth. So, in the midst of this COVID-19 threat, in the face of the Grim Reaper, in the face of this deadly disease, deadly virus, nandun pa rin. Nag-confess siya ng kanyang. He proclaimed, he declared He affirmed his faith in God. Yet God is my King from of old. Alam niyo po itong COVID-19 threat kung ito talagang sinasabing this is where the men will be separated from the boys. The men ay merong authentic faith. The boys, they're just playing Christian. What's the opposite of authentic faith? Counterfeit. Dito na magkakaalaman. Ang nakataya po rito, aside from the integrity of God, is the faith of us all. Dito malalaman, dito mapuprove, dito mapetest until the end kung sino ang may faith. At sa gitna nitong banta nito, sa harap ng isang panganib, the Grim Reaper is staring at you, the coronavirus is threatening you. What will you confess? What will you declare? Will you say the same thing? Yet God is my King from of old, who works deeds of deliverance in the midst of their, take note, who works deeds of deliverance in the midst of their present tense, who works deeds of deliverance in the midst of their hurts. So God is still in the business of delivering His people out of their agony, out of their anguish, out of their grief and mourning and sorrow and even danger, who works deeds of deliverance. At kung itutuloy natin yung basa, after verse 12, 13 to 17, what the psalmist did here, nirecall niya yung past acts of deliverance ng Diyos, particularly yung pagpart ng Red Sea. You divided the sea by your strength, verse 13. You crushed the heads of Leviathan. Leviathan, monster. So, this is a figurative. So, ibig sabihin, even monsters, God will defeat. Okay? So, past tense na lahat po yung 13 to 17. Past history. Pero, ang introduction niya sa verse 12 is in present tense. Parang sinasabi niya, what God did in the past, He will still do today. Yet, God is my King. Take note, God is, not was. Meaning, God is still seated on the throne. God is still wearing His crown. And He will work deeds of deliverance in the midst of the earth. Yun po ang dapat natin i-confess as we face these dangers, as we face these threats, as we grieve, as we lament, in the midst of our lamenting, and nandun pa rin yung confessing of faith. Lord, Ikaw ang hari. God is my King from of old. Have regard for the covenant. Have regard for the covenant. That's in verse 20. What is the psalmist saying here? Lord, you have a covenant with Israel. And I declare that you are a covenant-keeping God. You are faithful. You keep your covenant. See? Again, it's a confession of faith in a God who keeps His word, who keeps His covenant, who is loyal to the covenant. Have regard for the covenant. So what is the good for the psalmist? Again, verse 12. Yet God is my King from of old, who works deeds of deliverance in the midst of the earth. Yes, may ugly, may bad, pero ito pa rin ang good sa psalmist. Yet God is my King from of old, who works deeds of deliverance in the midst of the earth. See the image, the parting of the Red Sea. That's history. as far as Israel was concerned. Pero ang faith ng psalmist, God can still do this. God can still do this. He is still in the business of delivering His people out of their troubles. This is the good. Mga kapatid, may pangit, may masama, pero huwag natin pong bitawan ng mabuti. Lalo sa panahon ito. Ang mabuti po ay yung patuloy nating ihayag ang ating pananampalataya sa Diyos. Na ang Diyos, siya ang hari natin. Noon, ngayon, at magpakailanman. Again, let me end with this concluding point. Whether it's bad or ugly, hang on to our faith dearly. Because sooner or later, our waiting will be over. God, hear our cry, our lament, feel, see, and ease our torment. Arise in kingly judgment. Turn our pain to merriment. Let's pray. Maraming salamat po, Diyos, na kami patuloy na nakakasumpong ng kaaliwan, kapayapaan, pag-asa, lakas ng loob para harapin ang panganib at banta na hatid nitong COVID-19. In the midst of the bad and the ugly, we can still proclaim the good. We can still demonstrate the good. And this good is holding on to our faith. Even in these bad times, even in these ugly times, Lord, i-profess at ma-practice po namin itong faith namin sa iyo. At patuloy namin inilalagak ang aming mga buhay sa iyo. Ikaw po ang may tangan nito. Panginoon, dalayan ko po lahat, mga taga-NCC, at sa mga nakapakinig nitong mensahe na ito, Panginoon. Increase our faith, Lord. Protect our faith, Lord. At higit sa lahat, Panginoon, we echo the prayer of the psalmist. Arise, O Lord, and plead your cause. In Jesus' name, Amen. Amen.